This is the Bude Tunnel, described by many as the 8th wonder of the world, and at the very least nothing less than a national icon. Bear with me on this one. I guess the story begins 2,500 years ago when Petra was built, followed by the Great Wall of China, the Colosseum, Chichen Itza, Machu Picchu, the Taj Mahal and Christ the Redeemer. But to be more specific, the story of the tunnel begins in 2009. Bude is a quaint seaside town in Cornwall, southwest England, famed for its picturesque beaches, rugged coastline, and the Bude Sea Pool, a semi-natural seawater swimming pool. But the town has something of a peculiar supermarket design. For some inexplicable reason, the entrance to Bude Summerfield faced onto a road, whilst the car park was located at the building's rear. Why they didn't simply build it the other way round is beyond me, for it meant shoppers had to walk the length of the store to reach its entrance, which in Britain's woefully wet, windy, wintry weather wasn't a walk for the weak, especially given that the supermarket is just a stone's throw from the sea. But when Sainsbury's took over in April that year, they had a solution. And no, it wasn't to move the shop's entrance, rather build a 70-metre steel and polycarbonate tunnel connecting the car park to the shop front, of course, assuringly sheltering shivering shoppers from shoreside showers at Sainsbury's. Fast forward to 2018 and some bright spark from local Facebook group Bude Banter decided to add the tunnel to TripAdvisor. And from a spark, it grew into an explosion. Visitors flocked to see the tunnel and they loved it, lining up to take selfies and travelling from all over the country. The tunnel was featured in national newspapers and by international press online, quickly rising to the top spot on TripAdvisor. And the reviews? Well, they're pure gold.
The pyramids, the Colosseum, the Taj Mahal, the Bude Tunnel. Unaccustomed as I am to powder-coated steel and polycarbonate tunnels in my lines of leisurely pursuits, I was delighted by my experience of Bude Tunnel. The refreshingly simple design, twinned with the sounds of the Sainsbury air conditioning condensers, made for a spine-tingling experience that is ingrained in my soul and will be taken with me to the grave.
The 8th wonder of the world came here the first Saturday in August and the tunnel did not disappoint. My partner and I were stunned into silence and awe at the architectural design and brilliance of the tunnel. As the sunlight passed through the perspex roof, it was as if God himself was touching us. Well worth a visit at any time of the year. Truly incredible.
Tunnel of dreams. It has to be seen to be believed. So much more than just a tunnel. I won't say too much more, as it will spoil it for others, but suffice to say, if you love a covered walkway, you won't be disappointed.
But it gets better, and I know what you're thinking. How could something so superlatively incredible as the Bude Tunnel possibly get any better? Well, there's a very friendly cat who can often be found admiring the tunnel for himself. Now, I don't usually interact with strangers' cats because I understand that their owners might not want me to, but there was nothing I could do to stop this little fella from ferociously headbutting me and vociferously demanding strokes and attention. Hello? But then the unimaginable happened. Some people didn't seem to understand or appreciate the tunnel, describing it as, and please forgive me for saying this, just a plastic tunnel, or even a fake attraction or joke. I can assure you, dear viewer, the Bude Tunnel is no joke. And on what's gone down as one of our nation's very darkest days, TripAdvisor suspended the Bude Tunnel from its website. There was national outcry, and it prompted a fierce and actually quite interesting debate over what precisely constitutes a tourist attraction. Surely by definition, it's somewhere that merely satisfies the criteria of attracting tourists, and the Bude Tunnel was certainly doing that, and in great number. Anyway, after such a vocal public response and acknowledgement of exactly that definition, TripAdvisor reinstated the listing. The nation rejoiced. Great British humour had triumphed, and so for Christmas that year, the tunnel was decorated with over 100,000 lights, transforming an already magical attraction into something even more so. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to be a yearly thing, but even without the lights, the Bude Tunnel leaves visitors glowing, who in turn leave glowing reviews to this day. This was definitely worth the 5-hour drive. So if you're a fan of peculiarly popular postcard perfect, pilgrimage prompting, precipitation protecting polycarbonate pedestrian passages, it's time to add the Bude Tunnel to your bucket list.